your questions throughout the program, and there will be time to answer them. And we're looking forward to a great discussion. So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce our trained professional for the evening, Chef Roz. Rosalind's law education has equipped her with extensive knowledge in holistic nutrition, health coaching, clinical herbs, and preventative health. Drawing on these skills and her knowledge of different dietary theories, she works with clients to help them maintain or make lifestyle changes that produce real and lasting results. She received her training as a health coach from the Institute for Integrative Nutrition's Innovative Health Coach Training Program. She also received training as a clinical herbalist from the Mid Atlantic School of Herbalism and the Smile Herb Shop. As a clinical herbalist, she can provide a complete assessment and recommend a customized list of herbal remedies for her clients. She uses food, herbs, and exercise for healing and maintaining a heavenly body. Welcome, Roz. Take it
Well,
away.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Savannah. That was awesome. I love it. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, we're going to get started. Let me just, once you start talking, and stuff start coming. All right. So, I am so glad you're here. And I am going to present my favorite, another one of my favorite recipes that I discovered years ago, at least 8 years ago. And so when this particular topic came up, one pan wonder, this is the first thing that I thought about. So I am so glad that you all decided to join me. So now, this is informal. I need for you to be able to go into the chat and talk back to me. I'm going to ask you some questions, and just see what you know, and then you can find out what I know, and then we can get this recipe going. All right. So first thing I have here, what is this? Anybody know? Anybody know? Somebody typing in the chat. I don't know. I don't know if you know. I don't know. Is someone reading eggplant? Yes, Teresa. Deborah, eggplant, eggplant, eggplant. Yes, how did you know? Because that's the topic for today, and it was in the description of what I was preparing. But you just might know. But this is the thing. When I used to see this in the grocery store, I didn't know. I was like, I don't know about you, but my mother never fixed this for me. Never prepared this. I've never seen it prepared. So I was a whole grown person when I actually experimented with this thing called eggplant. So how do you know if the eggplant is the one you need to pick, the one you need to choose? Because they all look the same, pretty, might get a little, dents and things in it. But what you're going to do is you kind of squeeze it. And if you squeeze it and it doesn't pop back like a sponge, and the dent stays in there, that means that you need to leave it there. You need to leave it there. That means that it's just overly ripe, and you don't want to buy it overly ripe. You can buy it just right, and then it will ripen in a couple of days at your house. All right, but you don't want to buy it overly ripe in the store. Okay, so let's talk about this for a second. What type of let me see how I'm gonna put this. It's the next question. What type is this? Let me just give it to you. Is the eggplant considered a fruit or a vegetable? An eggplant, is it considered a fruit or vegetable? Gail. Gail said it's a fruit. Deborah said veggie. Okay, vegetables. Vegetables, Marion. Yeah, all right. So the answer is it's a fruit. It's a fruit. Now, a lot of people think it's a vegetable, just because it grows in the yeah, Deborah, it grows in the it comes off of a vine, a plant like a flowery plant, and you think it's a vegetable, but it's actually a fruit because fruits have seeds. Fruits have seeds, and this has little tiny seeds in there. All right. So what I'm doing right now is I'm actually slicing it. Now, you can slice it as thick or thin as you like. Your first time doing this recipe, you might want to slice it just about an inch or definitely over a little over a half an inch thick. And listen, this is one tip I want to tell you. If you have never ever done anything with an eggplant, I would suggest to get one that's small, a smaller size one first. And then once you become familiar with it, the taste and if you really, really like it, then you can buy big, purchase big. Like this one is really kind of fat. So what I'm going to do is probably cut them in slices in half after I cut them. I'll cut them again because you want them to fit nicely in your pan. All right, in your baking pan. Because speaking of bacon, this particular recipe we are baking. We are baking. So right about now, my oven should already be on preheat, and it's 350 degrees and preheating while we're doing all of this prepping, right? Cutting and prepping. All right.
We
So
had a question come in, Roz.
all right, I'm ready. Go ahead.
Someone said, why do the stores place eggplant with the veggies?
Why what?
Do the stores place eggplant with the veggies?
That that's a good question. That's a good. Maybe they don't know. The average person doesn't know that the eggplant is a fruit, right? We didn't know. I didn't know until I researched it. So the produce guy, if you see him in the store, you let him know. Let him know it's a vegetable, sir. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't put it in the regular section, in the vegetable section. All right. So all of my I have it cut, and I think I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna cut it again in half. Yeah, but that's a good question. Yeah, I think you should tell them next time you see the produce guy or lady. I want to be discriminatory. Um, Let them know. Did you know it's a vegetable? I mean, it's a fruit, not a vegetable. All right. So all of my slices are here. Now I'm going to make a mixture, a flour remixture. And so today I'm using whole wheat flour. Now you can use almond flour, you can use chickpea flour, any type of other type of flour, especially two things. If you want to make this gluten free, and if you're making this vegan. Well, the eggplant is vegan already, but sometimes what people like to do is make an egg wash, and if you make it an egg wash, then it's not going to be vegan, right? So I decided to do this one without the egg, and we can just use the flour. So but it's not gluten free. So gluten free would be a non-wheat. Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question for you. That's another good question. What is gluten? What is gluten? What is gluten? And you can't answer, Savannah. You can't answer. What is gluten? What does that mean when you say gluten or gluten free? Anybody?
No answers yet, but if no one answers, then I can
I know
answer.
you. I know you're itching. I know you're itching to answer. I know you know. Oh, nobody
There
knows.
has to be some bakers on here that know what gluten is.
So, come on. Gluten. What is gluten? What is gluten? So what I said was, I you can use a different type of flour, but today I'm using whole wheat flour. So what would you think? That was a hint. So what? Okay, Savannah, go ahead and tell
Okay.
them.
Gluten is basically wheat flour, so anything that has wheat in it, and barley too, I'm pretty sure.
Yep. So gluten is actually the protein found in wheat, the protein that lives in wheat. And so most of the things that we eat, like cookies and breads and um, cereal, and donuts, all the kind of good stuff that we normally like is not gluten free. It has wheat in it most of the time. All right. So therefore, um, you that's why you would use a different type of oil, a different type of flour. Okay. So what I'm doing is I said oil because I'm putting oil. I'm using the olive oil, and this is a herb infused olive oil that I'm just coating the eggplant in. And then what I'm going to do is go ahead and dip it over into my flour. Now, hold it. I didn't do this. Got to put in my seasoning. You can't put any just regular old flour in there. You got to season up the flour. You got to season it. So I'm having oregano. Let me just go ahead and put that in there. Oregano. Then I have dried basil. Ah, sounding good already, right? And then I have my garlic powder. And you know what garlic is good for. Y'all know what garlic's good for, right? What is garlic good for as far as your health benefit? Ooh, I love the smell of garlic. Smelling good. What is garlic? That's another question for you guys. Garlic, garlic, garlic. I put garlic powder in here, not garlic salt. What is garlic good for? All right. Cholesterol? Not quite, not quite, but you're close. You're real close, Marion. I'm adding a little bit of pink Himalayan sea salt in there. This is all in my flour mixture. So garlic is good for heart, high blood pressure. Yes, Teresa, hypertension for sure. All right, hypertension, cardiovascular for sure. And then I'm putting some black pepper in here. And you all are going to get the recipe. You'll get the recipe, but I'm adding black pepper. Black pepper is great for metabolism as well. All right. So now I'm going to mix it all up. Mix it in the bowl. Ah, that's well. I mean, we just listen. You got to season your food because we don't. The tongue likes it to taste pretty good, right? All right. Now let's go back in here, and we're just going to flour both sides, and you're going to put it in the pan. Flour both sides with this nice herbal flour mixture. And so let me ask you, Savannah, what type of flour would you use if you were making this?
I normally buy like an all-purpose one, so it's like they mix a bunch of different gluten-free flours together, like almond flour
Ah,
and like
yes.
tapioca flour,
Oh,
I think, and like
yes.
yeah, the mixed random ones. I think that the perfect like mixture makes the flour the best. I don't like straight up like almond flour unless if it's something like this where it's supposed to be like crispier.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yep. But there is a brand, and it says gluten free. I think I know what you're speaking of. And it comes in a bag and it has it's already mixed together, a gluten free mixture, flour mixture.
Yeah. King Arthur's
And
makes one. There's another brand, I forget.
yes, yes, King Arthur. Yes, yes. I like it. Yep. So be
Marianne's
mindful
asking if
of that.
you sift the flour.
I did not sift the flour. I mean, you can if you like. Uh-oh, that sounds like a baker. Uh-oh. That's a professional. She likes to sip. Listen, I remember my mom used to sip when she would make pound cakes, and that used to be the a fun thing to watch. Sifting and all that flour getting all over the place. Oh yeah, that was fun. But you can sift if you like, if that's what you have to do. But I don't sift. I think yeah, I don't sift. Yeah, so I'm coating it all, putting it all together. So now, like I said, your oven is um is preheating. Your oven is preheating 350 and getting ready for this. Now, let me just tell you this because this is only an hour presentation. I actually prepared it already earlier today, but I'm going through the motion here for you guys. But this is the thing. You would normally, what I do is I'll go ahead and put the cauliflower, the eggplant on a large baking sheet, and I'll coat them, put them in a baking sheet, and then put them in the oven for about 5 minutes. So you'll see that on the recipe when you receive the recipe. You'll see that you go ahead and bake them for about 5 minutes in the oven, and then you'll take it out. But for demonstration purposes, right now, I'm just because you'll listen. I'm going to go ahead and just make it because you still come out the same, with the same product. It's just I just can't put it in the oven right now for you guys. But what I'm saying is this will come out just as good if you don't put it in the oven. Like just say you don't even have time. You're trying to make it, you don't really have time in real life, and you want to get it done quick, and you want to get it in the oven all together. Then you can just do it like this. Put it in the oven and go and let it cook. And you don't have to watch it or do anything. So that's basically how we're doing it, just like this. All right. All right. So this piece can't fit in there right now.
Someone's asking if
Right.
you can freeze it like you do lasagna.
Yes, you can freeze it. You can freeze it. Yes, you can freeze it. Yes. I don't know. As far as lasagna is concerned, I mean, as far as this is concerned, this is very similar to a lasagna. And I don't know if you all have ever put eggplant in your lasagna. I guess maybe in a vegetarian lasagna. Maybe. I don't know. Hmm. But that's the idea, like a lasagna idea. All right. All right. I'm just putting flour on all of the pieces so that they can be ready. And then we'll go to the next step. All right. So let's talk about this eggplant. Let's talk about the benefits of the eggplant. Number one is high in fiber, very high in fiber. And so, what does fiber do? Go ahead, answer that question. What is fiber? What's the benefit of having a lot of fiber in your diet? What does that do? Go ahead, Deborah. Deborah said it keeps things moving, like moving on out. Yes. Who's that? Somebody's got a hand up, got a question?
Somebody commented, do you ever remove the skin before judging it in the flour? And if you have a question, please type it in the chat box and we can answer it for you. Did you get that first question? Sorry, I moved quick.
And so, what was that?
Do you ever remove
Take the
this?
skin off? Remove it. You
Yeah.
can remove the skin if you like, but the skin has some properties also. The color, it has oh, begins with an A, but it's and it's not but it's similar to antioxidant. So the skin has nutrients in it that helps you like an antioxidant. So fight off free radicals and different diseases that you may get. So the skin is beneficial. So I've never ever seen any eggplant dishes without the skin on it. I really haven't. So, but if that's what you want to do, is your food, you want to do it, you can. Somebody else has another question?
Someone asked if there's more fiber in the skin. And someone also said reduces risk of colon cancer.
Oh yeah. So somebody been Googling. I was gonna say that. Yes, it helps to reduce the for colon cancer, but why do you think? Because of the high fiber, right? And you keep things moving. So on that note, it also helps with weight loss because if it's high in fiber and you're keeping things moving, the food is just not sitting there on your belly. It's actually moving through your digestive tract. Okay. All right. And the next thing is it helps to reduce heart disease because this is one of the reasons why I wish, and I'm going to tell you all right now, I am really allergic to eggplant. I wish I wasn't, and I am going to try this. And when I say allergic, I mean I just get a little nauseous. Yeah, Deborah, I get a little nauseous. So But the thing is, it helps to reduce cholesterol. It helps to, and so cholesterol. Anything high in cholesterol will actually, uh, in it will give you heart disease. It will yield to heart disease. Okay, so I wish I could eat it. I wish I could eat it, but just being proactive. All right, just being proactive. I wish I could eat it. All right, so now we have the eggplant in here. Now, what you're supposed to do, let me just take it out real quick. What I do is I'm using a sauce, a tomato, spaghetti sauce or pasta sauce. All right, let me see if you all can see this pan. I'm using a pasta sauce, and I'm going to put the pasta sauce in the bottom of the pan. That's what I should have done first. I'm just moving too fast. Putting some pasta sauce in the bottom of the pan, and then my I'm going to lay my eggplant slices in the pasta sauce. And if I wasn't talking, I'd be finished by now. But I'm talking, so I have to. That's what I'm doing. All right, here we go. Putting them in, back in, layer them, layer them in the pasta sauce. And you all are going to get the recipe, no worries. Layer. This is kind of like going to be substitute for your meat to make it real. My husband says when he eats, he likes to get some consistency, like it's some meat in there. So by them being nice thick pieces from the cut down into and bite down on, yeah, it's going to be hearty, very hearty. Okay. So next, so we're layering. So I'm going to go ahead and read this so that I can give you all the right. I'm trying to do it out of my head. All right. So next, we put the down in there the sauce, and then we're going to sprinkle some cheese on here. Now let's talk about this cheese. You can use any type of shredded cheese that you like, whatever type you like. You can use Parmesan, uh, mozzarella, Monterey Jack. I'm using vegan cheese because I'm a vegan, and that's what I have all the time. I don't normally buy a regular cheese. So this is mine, and this means that it's going to be a vegan dish. But I'm not eating it because I'm allergic. I'm going to taste it though. So you're going to put your cheese in there. Use any type. What kind of cheese do you all like? You all like any cheese? And I'm using a vegan cheese. I can show you my cheese, but you can use the regular one. You like cheddar? Okay, Marion. You like cheddar? What other kind of cheeses? All of them. I know that's right, Kathy. All of them. So here we go. This is Follow Your Heart, and this is a mozzarella. This is Daya. I buy them all. These are all vegan, plant-based cheeses. And this one is cheddar by Daya. And this is a spicy Monterey Jack by Daya. All of these cheeses melt and they taste pretty good. But let me just tell you another reason why I like to use cheese because of the calcium. If you're getting old, as we age, we need more calcium for our bones, our teeth, right? And so because I don't do a lot of dairy, then um, I'm using plant-based. They actually put it's calcium actually in these cheeses as well. So this Follow Your Heart. It's 163 milligrams of calcium. This one is 122 of calcium. And then this one is 122 also. That's the cheddar in calcium. All right. Now they have a Parmesan one, and that one has 223. So you just be mindful of what you're eating and the health benefits from it. Like, what are you getting from it? Just, so what I say is you eat to live. Just make sure you can have good benefits from whatever you're putting in your mouth, along with the fact that it's going to taste amazing.
We got a
Okay. All
question that
right.
came in too.
Okay,
Sorry
I'm
to
ready
interrupt
for the
you.
question. Go ahead.
They said, where can we find that brand of cheese and how do you spell the brand name?
Daya, Daiya. You can find Daya everywhere. All the stores have Daya. Daiya. Daiya. Yep. Daiya. This one is called Follow Your Heart. Follow Your Heart. And you can find them anywhere. All of the stores sell them. So let me just say this. I know Giant sells it, Safeway sells it, of course, Whole Foods, My Organic Market. I They do not sell it at Trader Joe's, so they don't sell it there. But I've seen it at all the other stores, at Wegmans, those stores. Good cheese, and it's good. And it says on here, Ruth sells it. Okay, Deborah, Ruth sells it also. I very seldom go to Ruth's, but that makes sense. All right, so shredded cheese. Now, I'm using some diced tomatoes. I'm putting on top of it. Just go ahead and just sprinkle it over in there, just to kind of get it a little juicy and wet. Some tomatoes, diced. You can use the tomatoes with basil or garlic and onion tomatoes. They have it all different flavors of tomatoes. Just gonna put some over in there. All right. Next, we're gonna put spaghetti. Now let's talk about the spaghetti. Let's talk about the spaghetti. And this is so much fun. Can you imagine children making this with you, like your grandchildren or your kids making this with you? Oh man, she's this. First of all, the eggplant looks like a toy, and then you get to put your hands in spaghetti. What? Yes. Listen, and then they'll eat it. They'll eat it because it was fun making it. I love it. All right. Well, let's talk about the spaghetti. So, we're talking about gluten again. And so, if you are gluten intolerant, what type of pasta would you use? What type of pasta would you use? If you're gluten intolerant, like this is a wheat pasta, brown rice pasta, Deborah, brown rice pasta, right? Did you know they make pasta out of brown rice? Brown rice pasta. Is there another type of pasta you could use? I know, Savannah, I know you know this answer. Another type of what type of pasta can you use? Well, definitely non-wheat. Somebody said non-wheat. Rice pasta, brown
S-
rice. That would be brown rice pasta. What else, Savannah? What you have?
Kathy also said chickpea pasta, which I've used before. I don't love
Yeah.
the spaghetti as chickpea pasta, but I do like the other kinds. Barilla makes just a gluten-free one, and I think it's made out of like corn flour and rice flour mixed together. So that one's pretty good too.
Mm, yes, 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 yes. So any other type of pasta besides a wheat pasta? Zucchini noodles? Yeah. But the only thing about zucchini noodles is that you just have to make sure you don't cook it long. So actually, now that I think about it, that's a great idea, because if you are following the recipe and you're baking your eggplant first, at least for 5 minutes, that means it's already cooking. It's already cooked. And then so when you add everything else and then you run it in the oven a little bit longer, it's going to be perfect. So spaghetti, what did she say?
She said
Zucchini?
zucchini, and she also said spaghetti squash as well.
Yeah, the squashes actually will be great with this, because the thing is, the longer you leave it in, it'll become mushy and really kind of soft. So the point I'm getting at is that um, cook your make sure you cook your eggplant first, and then you can add all those other pastas, and then run it in the oven just for no more than 8 to 10 minutes, not 20 or 30 minutes. Okay, just do that, because it'll be a disaster. It'll be a mushy dish. That's what it'll be. All right, so we have this first layer of spaghetti. Now we're going to do the eggplant again. Just put the eggplant in on top here. And if you want to make a larger pan, you can make a larger pan. It's yours. You can cut it up, put it in the freezer, and it'll be perfect. I'm gonna I want to cut this in half so it can fit. Yes, yes, yes. And so we're just basically repeating the steps. Look at that. We're repeating the steps, putting a little bit more cheese. This is so, so simple. More cheese. Yes. Cheesy, cheesy. Then we'll put some more tomatoes. I'm going to put all of this. This is 1 can of tomatoes, you guys. Just 1 can of regular size canned tomatoes, diced tomatoes. Now, if you want to, you could use tomato sauce, but why? I want it to be kind of thick and the consistency to be really, really nice. So when you bite into it, it'd be really, really good. All right. Then we're going to put some more spaghetti on top. Spaghetti noodles. This is a casserole. 1 pan wonder. Spread it around. And on your recipe, it's going to say 1 box of spaghetti. Fun, fun, fun. Then we're going to add some more of the sauce. You can use a marinara or a spaghetti sauce. So it can be really nice and juicy. Really, really nice and juicy. Yes. And then we're going to add more cheese on top. Sprinkle the cheese on top. And get it real nice. And like I said, this will melt really nice. So if you notice, I saved, I'm putting a little bit more cheese so it can really be nice on top. Let's just go ahead and do that. There we go. And that's what we have. Right here, we got a little hole. And then you're going to run this in the oven for at least 35 minutes. 35 minutes, uncovered. And I don't know, can you all see this, Savannah, nicely?
Yeah, we can see it. Looks good.
Looks good. Now, what I did do, what I meant to do was save some of the basil, dry basil. You can sprinkle basil on top or oregano on top, some type of herb seasoning on top. It'll make it pretty and then also taste good. But the basil is in there because I put it all in here. All right, but you can sprinkle it on top. Now, I made it already. And I'm going to pull this one over to the side because I'm going to put that in the oven when we get finished. This is what it's looking like. Let me see. Move this over. And I'm going to cut into it. And you cut into it just like a lasagna, like I think that was Deborah, somebody said it. And I'm going to put it on a plate so you can see what it's like. Just cut into it. Now you're going to eat. Now, if you're watching your calories, just do a little, at least a small slice of it. Look at that. I wish. Oh my gosh, I wish. But I'm going to try a little bit because I'm just like that. I like to, if I know it's good for me. Look at that. Can you see it?
Yeah, we can
Ah,
see it good.
Yes. Torture us. Look at that. Look at that. It's oh yes, yes, yes. Maybe I won't eat the zucchini part. I mean the eggplant part.
Please do
Um,
not eat the eggplant part if you're allergic.
oh my gosh. But it's just spaghetti if I don't get the eggplant part. That's why I don't like to torture myself. You think I'm torturing you? I'm torturing myself too. Yes, but it's nice that my husband is going to love this. And I think I'm going to take some to you guys too, Julia. I'll get you some. All right. So I can't eat no more, but it's amazing. So that's how it's going to come out. That's how it's going to look. And it tastes amazing. I promise you, it tastes amazing. All right. So listen, let me see if I have any more fun facts about. Oh, let's talk about this. How many ways do you think you can make eggplant? If you experiment with the eggplant, how would you prepare it? How would you prepare it? Because this is a little extreme. But if you knew that all the health benefits is good for cholesterol and great for weight loss and good fiber and antioxidant, how would you prepare it? Deborah said grill it. What else? Very dry. Any tips on making sure it doesn't? So bathe it. Bathe it in that oil. Bathe it in the oil. Put it on the grill. Bathe it in oil. Olive oil. Yes, I use olive oil. This is actually my own olive oil. It's got herbs and spices in it and garlic in it. So I bathe it with that, with the olive oil. But you can use avocado oil, any type of oil. Just put oil on it, but make sure it's a good oil, not a bad fat oil, because we're eating the eggplant to help with cholesterol, so we don't want to put any bad fat on it. Slice up and grill it. Yep, slice it up, bathe it, put some seasoning on it. Even, you can just put salt and pepper on it and oil and put it on the grill. Grill. And then what other way? What other way? How about air frying? Ah, that's a new thing, right? Air frying. You can put it in the flour mixture, just like we did here, and just put them in the air fryer. They'll be nice and juicy on the inside. Yeah, Deborah, air fry it. And then also, of course, you're going to bake them. You can bake them, grill them. And what about roasting? Definitely you can roast them. Cut it up, roast it with some other vegetables, your onions and peppers and broccoli, asparagus. Make you a roasted vegetable medley. Put some olive oil in there, garlic, and put it together. Air frying, yes, would be great. Yes, Marion, for sure. Stuffed eggplant. Oh, now wait a minute. Gail said stuffed eggplant. I wonder, Gail, have you done that before? Getting fancy. Stuffed eggplant? Really? Wow. You know what? I could see that happening. And guess what? This is kind of like a stuffed eggplant. You can stuff it with this spaghetti. Just cut a hole in the middle. Oh yeah. Yeah, but that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. All right. All right. So now I have a question. Anybody have any takeaways, anything that you learned today about eggplant or about anything that I said today? Any takeaways, anything that you learned? Go ahead and type it in the chat. Anything that you learned today that you didn't know before, and anything that you might implement. Say, you know what, I think I'm going to start doing that. Type it, type it, type it.
While people are typing, Gail said yes, she cut the interior of the eggplant and made small cubes and put the mixed stuffing back in the shell.
I like it. I like
Deborah
it.
said
That
that she
sounds,
learned eggplant as a fruit,
yes.
how healthy it
Yes.
is, and that Kathy said she's gonna try it. I didn't
Oh,
I didn't realize that you could do like a big dish like this with spaghetti. That was like very unique to me. So That's something I took away from it. Someone said I've never had eggplant, but I might have to try this recipe.
Try it. I'm telling you, you will like it. It's a one pan wonder. It's a one pan wonder. Definitely high in fiber. Yes, high in fiber. All right, you all did wonderful. You learned a lot today, and I appreciate
Do
you. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us. And I think I have one more session next week. I think I have one more session in this